A rainbow promise based on Genesis chapters 3 through 9.
As generations pass, however, people turn away from God. They lie, cheat, and murder. They worship the sun and the moon and the stars, and they bow down before idols. But there is one man, Noah, who looks on the sinfulness of the world with fear.
How long will God allow this wickedness to continue?
But Noah remains true to God. One day, God speaks to him.
I'm sorry that I ever made humans. They're corrupt and violent, so I'm going to destroy them. Noah, you have been faithful. Build yourself a ship, because I'm going to flood the whole earth.
Noah obeys and begins building an ark. He follows the instructions that God gives him.
That crazy Noah thinks he can float a boat on dry land.
What will he think of next?
When the ark is finished, God tells Noah to take 7 pairs of each kind of animal and bird that is used for food, and 1 pair of each kind that is not used for food. Noah and his family enter the ark.
Now I've seen everything.
Old Noah spent 120 years building that huge ship, but he never thought about who would close the door.
A few days later, suddenly lightning flashes. The windows of heaven open and the rains pour down. Floodwaters rise rapidly.
Baby Noah was right about his ark!
Don't worry! There's never been enough water here to float a boat before!
Yes, but it's also never rained like this before.
But it is too late. The people who have spent their lives rejecting God now see that God has finally rejected them. And the rains pour steadily for 40 days and 40 nights. Water flows over the land and rises above the mountain tops. All the earth is covered. Only Noah's ark survives. The flood destroys everything evil. As the rain pours without stopping, Noah and his family work hard to care for the animals in the ark.
Have you fed the cows and sheep yet, Shem?
Yes, I just finished. Now I'm going to feed the reptiles. And now I'm going to clean up after the cows and sheep.
One day, the rain stops, but the ark still floats above the flooded earth. Land is nowhere in sight. Month after month, Noah's family waits.
We've been in this ark for 6 months now. When will we ever see land again?
It could be another 6 months. And what will we find when we finally get out?
Finally, the water level begins to drop. The ark comes to rest on the top of the mountains of Ararat.
I'll send out a dove. If it doesn't come back, we'll know it has found land.
The dove disappears from sight. Noah watches the skies. After long hours of flying around, the dove returns. A few days later, Noah again sends out a dove. and again it returns.
An olive branch. That means some land must be dry again.
7 days later, Noah sends out a dove for the third time. This time, the bird does not return. It has found a place to nest. Noah and his family are anxious to leave the ark. They look every day for signs of dry land. A little over a year after the flood started, Noah steps out onto dry land once more. Only 8 people have survived the flood: Noah, his wife, their 3 sons, and their sons' wives.
The warm sun on my face, the grass under my feet, it feels wonderful.
Everything evil is gone. Through us, God is giving human beings a new start. We must obey God and teach everyone who follows us to obey.
The first thing Noah does is build an altar. He thanks God for his care and asks God's guidance to help the family make a new start. Then God makes a new wonder in the sky.
A rainbow.
For as long as the earth lasts, there will be a time to plant and a time to harvest. There will always be summer and winter, day and night, but never again will a flood destroy the whole earth.
It's beautiful. God is good.
Whenever people see a rainbow, they'll remember God's promise that a flood will never destroy the whole earth again.